Going live. End of the year. Graft champs. End of the year show. Y'all niggas can thank me later. You heard? I'm the vertical, murdical, squirtical, nigga. All over your girl's back. We have JD B.T.W. Salute to everybody. What up, Stevie?
Shout out the graft champs.
What the fuck is up with this shit?
Shout out the graft champs. Shout out the graft champs. Welcome to the graft champs. We appreciate the love and support for all the graft camps. The most amazing and iconic artists out here smashing it for the train yards to the rooftops to the storefronts, highways, catch a wreck. SR the General. Keep going crazy, bro.
Oh my god. Sorry guys, yo, salute Joe, what it is. Salute G Parker, what it is, my niggas. We got JD B.T.W. if I can get this shit right. Shit is annoying, bro. Fucking annoying. Let me just get my theme music together, folks. Yo, this shit is fucking stupid, bro. What the fuck is going on over here, bro? I feel like breaking this stupid shit, bro. Ah, graft champs, baby. I'm sorry, y'all. Jesus fucking Christ. Ah, where the fuck is it? Like, it's not giving me the option. Yo, salute everybody, salute. My bad, bro. I'm trying to get this shit right, bro, and this shit is just getting me fucking upset, bro. Fucking worthless piece of shit. Alright. Graft champs, baby. The Endorf show. Here we go. Finally, this fucking piece of shit. Now I gotta fucking search for this shit too, bro. This shit is some bullshit, my nigga. This is some real fucking bullshit. Yo, shit alive, baby, shit alive. We got JD B.T.W. in the house. Yo, salute, Sivo. I see you, my brother. Salute, JC3. I see you, my brother. We entering the galaxy of Queens, baby. Salute to JD B.T.W, baby. Yeah, I finally got it right. Salute, Vice. We got Swellicus in the building from the Arsonist, baby. What up, Swell? Salute, King.
Shout out the graft champs.
That's right.
Shout out the graft champs. Welcome to the graft champs. We appreciate the love and support for all the graft camps. The most amazing and iconic artists out here smashing it for the train yards to the rooftops to the storefronts, highways, catch a wreck. SR the General.
Salute back.
Going crazy,
what it is, baby? CFB.
Account Supreme Clientele Radio. Interviewing all the icons, the ones that led the way.
What it is. My brother Stray, I love you, kid.
The ones that set the stage. Moment of silence, let us remember those. Whether they family or they were friend or foe. Hate them or love them, let's show them some respect. Major contribution in hip-hop, graft champs to the death. Ready and willing, never scared to fry. Never. Chancing the art to getting up, prepared to rise.
Yeah.
Super talented vandals, never scared to die. Let's show them love while they breathing.
Go ahead and share it alive.
Share it alive. So tell a friend to go and tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Interviews are dope from the start up to the end. To the end. Let's show them love and call it glory time. Repost his post on your post, share his post up on your storyline.
Come on, son, stop playing. Come on, son. I got the Venas. I got the motherfucking A1s. I got the 9 volts. Niggas don't want to play with me, bro. Niggas don't want to play with me. What's up? Yo, salute, Roach. RGN in the fucking building. Yo, man. We got a special fucking show for you today, boy. BTW. JD B.T.W. One half of JD and Set. One half of JD and JA. Even though I don't like to say that because JD is his own entity. That man has been destroying shit for decades, you heard? Let me see if I could get this nigga on real quick. Hold on.
Diablo, SR the General, full blast the beat.
Alright, hold on. With further ado, we might have JD pulling up right now, baby. What it is? About to pull the God up. I'm gonna pull the God up. It is. Yes. Yes.
Let me turn this shit around. Hold on.
JD B.T.W in the building on Graft Champs, the end of the year show. Woo! Look at that exclusive Giz art right there. yo, Jay, man. Yeah, that shit is fire right there, boy.
He gave me that shit in '96.
96? Dang, that shit look like
doing shit like that. He's doing shit like that way back then, you know? I'm not gonna be able to get it all in this.
Giz, you're FTR all day, man. Yo, before anything, Jay, we want to thank you for coming over here and blessing the fans with your presence, bro. We are honored and appreciative. You heard, my nigga?
Man. No, I feel honored that, you know, that you want to interview me. You know what I'm saying?
So I've been getting so many DMs this whole week since they found out you was coming on. Like, people couldn't even believe it.
You know, I'm type, you know, I say to myself, you know, you can find me on,
I feel you, bro.
You can find me on
That's
Instagram,
why
I really don't do like interviews because I don't know, I get awkward, you know. I feel funny.
I feel you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
We feel special to be sitting in front of you right here, bro. It truly is, bro. So we're gonna start from the beginning. How your story started, everybody want to know. So, what got you into graff? How did you get into graffiti? Go from day one.
Man, it's okay. Like I was into it in like 82, 83, and I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. Breakdancing just started to happen. It just started coming on the scene, and I wrote Cosmic. That's my first tag. My first tag was Cosmic.
Cosmic. It sounds like one of those 80s tags.
That's straight up 80s shit, like Cosmic. That's what I you know, I sucked. You know what I mean? I just wrote in a couple of black books and shit like that, and you know what I mean? But it didn't go anywhere. And then I would say like 88, you know, I said, I got to come up with a tag, you know, and I just could not come up with one. You know, they all sound whack. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you heard your first thing, like Killer or Con or fucking, you know, whatever.
So how did it come that you settled on a 2-letter tag instead of a word?
Because it was just my initials. You know what I mean? It was just genuine. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I just gave up and I just said I was going to do my initials until I figure it out, you know, because that was horrible. You know what I mean? And that was like 88, 89. I was bombing with this kid, PSI. He was my first bombing partner. PSI. He rode bikes. And it was pound square inch for his tires. Yo, this white boy, man, Jason Palagato, man, crazy Italian kid, racist as hell, you know. And, oh my, he was so racist, and he got into a lot of problems with the Corona kids, and you know what I mean. Then I got beef with all these Corona kids because of this fucking crazy white boy, you know what I mean. Yeah, but I didn't take it seriously until like 89, 90. That and you know, PSI went his way. You know, I wanted to bomb. I started looking around and my neighborhood and I saw a set. You know, I was like, yo, this nigga's set, bro. I was like, he was bombing with Cast and Saab. You know what I mean? The POT crew. It's around. It's Forest Hills. They're strictly Forest Hills. Small little situation. You know, so. You know, I saw a set and I was like, yo, this shit is everything to me. Like, look at this shit. This shit is so dope. And I just got lucky and I met him and he was like an Asian dude. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this guy's Asian. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna be cool with him now. You know what I mean? Cause you know, you know, you think Asian people are more friendlier and all that, but he wasn't all that friendly. He was like, yeah, what can I do? Yeah, what can I do for you, bro? He was like, what can I do for you? I was like, nah, man, I'm JD, man. You know, yo, can we bomb together? He was like, I was just like, stay jocking him, man. You know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, sure, bro. Come on. You want to fucking do graffiti? I'll fucking take you to do graffiti. Like, yeah. I was like, yeah, let's go. So I was like, yo, I'm bombing with Set. You know what I mean? And he was everything to me. You know what I mean? Like,
and he already had his throwy at the time, the classic Set.
He had his throwy, and you know, it's not as nice as it is today, but it was a beginnings. Like, you know, mine was horrid, and he never really. He never dissed me or nothing. Said he, you know, he didn't care. He let me bomb with him, bro, and I was horrible. I was making him look bad, and he showed me nothing but love, man. You know what I mean? I was so happy about that. You know, he was everything. You know, that was like 1989 and 90, and that's when we started going hard. 1990.
Yo, I mean, those years was so rough. The streets were so rough. So for an Asian person to go out there and make his name the way he did, that says a whole lot, bro.
No, man, you know, I mean, like, when I met him, I just found out that, like, his house, like, these fucking dudes, like, threw bricks through his windows and all that shit, and I was like, what the fuck? He was like, yo, man, he's like, JD, never fucking tell anybody where you live, bro, ever. I was like, and that shit stuck with me. That shit stuck with me like glue. I was like, I can't have no motherfuckers throwing bricks through my goddamn window, man, you know what I mean? I was like, and I never had a problem, ever. No one ever found out where I lived, you know what I mean? And yeah, he had static, man. You know, a lot of people picked on him because he was fucking Asian, you know what I mean? Because, you know, and he was dope. But, you know, once we got up together, I was like, ain't nobody fucking with him. You gotta kill me to get to him, you know what I mean?
So how long was y'all bombing together seriously before, like, niggas was like considering y'all JD and Set?
1990 to 94. We did 4 hard years, and we were destroying shit. Like, I had to get out of Queens, man. It was like I hated to bomb my own neighborhood, you know, because, you know, it's Forest Hills, you know, there's the mean streets over here, you know, it's fucking.
Besides you and Set, was there anybody else from Forest Hills that like made noise like that, at least in Forest Hills?
Absolutely. There was a lot of big Forest Hills writers. Personally, if you ask me, Vamp, yo, Vamp, yo, I hope you get better, brother. You know, shout out to you. I'm so sorry that I was supposed to do this with Vamp, believe it or not. You know, me and Vamp on some Forest Hill Soldier shit. I was like, yo, let's do, you know, let's do it with Vamp, you know, because we're both Queens, we're both in Forest Hills. He had to go to the hospital and, you know, take care of something and get well. Vamp, I'm sorry, brother, you know, but we had to move to Vamp. You know what I mean? But yeah, Vamp made a lot of noise. He's from Forest Hills, you know. Set made a lot of noise. I heard Quick. From what I heard Quick is from Forest Hills.
Quick? The Quick
is an original from Forest Hills. So that's from what I've gathered, the information. You know what I mean? Don't quote me 100% on it, but I've heard this from multiple people, so it could be very, very true. I definitely got to shout out SP. We weren't best of friends. But like, he was definitely, like, to me, hands down, he's got the nicest hand style, hands down. Like,
I got him up there with one of the dopest throwies, so clean and fluffy, always.
That's a Queens thing, man. I'm telling you, man, it's a fucking Queens thing, man. Real legible and clean, and you can read it, you know? Like, SP's, like, filling's really nice, and his hand style, there's something special about his hand style, brother. If you get a chance, like, check it out. It's just top grade, you know what I mean? Like, hands down, you know what I mean? Like, he used to bond with Dash. I don't like that kid, you know, and he played me when I was younger. You know what I mean? Sucker punched me when I was a young kid, you know, when I was little. So fuck that dude.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He's dead though. He jumped in front of a train.
So let me ask you a question. So now when you are going hard in the 90s, right? You just started. All right, it's 1990. Y'all going hard. You're making a name for yourself. Those years were really competitive because the streets was flooded with a lot of dudes. Bronx dudes was going crazy. Brooklyn niggas was coming up. You know what I'm saying? It was the switch from the from the trains to the street bombing and shit. Who were some other names that you seen out there? Did anybody else inspire you? You was like, yo, these.
To be honest, the streets were, to me, were kind of empty. They were empty. You know what I mean? It was 1990, and there were some people up. Like, I saw a lot of DG, Mags, and No. I saw a lot of those guys. Those guys had a lot of ups.
Rest in peace, man.
Of course, Jaws and Easy. You know what I mean? They had it all. They had it all locked down. When I went into Brooklyn, I can't really remember that much because
Astro, Chino, niggas like that have shit.
OE. Yeah, Astro came after me. I think I bombed before Astro. You know, because I remember when he came out. You know what I mean? He came out hard with these crazy big tags, and you know, respect to Astro. No disrespect saying that I started before you, but I think I did because I remember when he came hard out. You know, to me, like when you make an impression like that, that's your debut. You know, when so
BTW is your crew?
Yeah, BTW is my crew. It was given to me by my boy Lean. Funny story how that happened. So let's get back to set and all this, and I'll tell you how the BTW happened. So, you know, I'm bombing with Set. We're making a lot of noise, and you know, Set has power in KRT. And I'm like, what's KRT? You know, I was oblivious to all of this shit. Like, I did, like, crews or like whatever. I just wanted to bomb. So he's like, yeah, JD, put KRT, bro. King's running things, bro. I'm like, really? I'm like, oh shit. I was all happy and shit. I was like, I got down with a fucking crew. And, you know, we're bombing, and I'm putting it up. You know, I'm putting it up. BTW doesn't exist. You know what I mean? And then eventually I fucking meet Cost, you know? And this fucking douchebag fucking meets me, and he fucking says, oh, yeah, you're docked. I'm like, what? I'm like, first crew I get down with, and the first crew I get docked by this fucking douchebag. You know what I mean? Who's like the patriarch of the neighborhood, because like he was like the old school guy, and I Seth was like, yeah, yo, Course, he's the man, yo. He bombed the trains. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, is somebody doper than you? I'm like, okay. Like, I'll take his word for it. And I meet him, and he's not impressed. Not impressed. You know what I mean? But like, he was like the big deal. So like, I wanted to make a good impression, and then he fucking doxed me. I was like, yo, I was hurt. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, so a day or two passes, and my boy Lean goes, yo, Jay, man, fuck that. Push BTW, that's yours. I'm like, what? So that was like a small little time crew that we had around here growing up. Like with my homies when we used to play manhunt and all that bullshit. My boy Dre always bombed. Oh, I mean, he always wrote graffiti. I mean, he's one of the nicest dudes. Like he'll do an A to Z fillings, 2 or 3 different styles. He was just always dope from the birth. He was just nice, hand style and all. And he was like, yeah, I'm giving you BTW, man, because he saw it. He saw that I was in my feelings, man. He was like, fuck that shit. I was like, yo, thank you. And it clicked. It clicked right there. I was like, you know what? I was like, this is mine. This is mine. You know what I mean? I was like, it was just like, I was like, this is mine. I was like, holy shit, I have a crew. You know what I mean? Like, and this is what I want to tell everybody out there, man. When you're doing graffiti and all that shit, like, you should have your own crew. And it don't matter if nobody pushes it or no one's heard of it. You should have a crew. Like, you should have a crew, a 3-letter or 2-letter crew behind your tag. It's an extension of your tag. You know what I mean? Like, when people say, yo, JD? JD who? BTW? There it is. Like, it's like a make and model number. It's a serial number. It's an extension. It's an extension of your tag. Like with JD, it's like JD1. Like, that's, like, no one does that no more. Like that, like the one, that's that straight 90s shit, you know what I mean? And it died, and it came and went. But like, I still push JD1 because I just got a JD, you know what I mean? I gotta push it on that shit. I gotta make it work, you know what I mean? So we put the one on it, and then put the BTW, and then that's what it all is. So yeah, if you just started today, or even if you've been writing for years, make up a crew, because everyone's had their own, straight up.
So did you eventually like become cool with Cost, or so?
No, we were cool because, you know, I wanted to be like, I was fucking toy. I was nobody, you know what I mean? So it was like, this guy was a big deal. So like, we hung out again. He didn't want to not hang out with me. He was just letting me know that he was an authority and that you're not down. And then when we hang out again, drinking a couple 40s, he goes, push KRT. Now you're down. It just didn't feel as good as the first time. You know what I mean? It was just, it's lost its lackluster, you know what I mean? There was really no sparkle to it anymore. I was like, yeah, okay, all right, cool. I was like, so, you know, what really deaded me with this dude Cost is like, one time we're bombing, he knows, we used to bomb together, and I throw up KRT. I was like, all right, when I'm bombing with you, I'll throw up KRT. And we're bombing, and we're taking tags. And I'm like, yo, Cost, throw up B.T.W, man. That's my crew. He goes, B.T.W? I was like, yeah, it's my crew. He looks at me, goes, all right, goes to the wall, puts up a Cost outline, and puts up RTW. Like, I was like, I didn't know how to take it. I was like, you serious? I was like, from that point right then and there, I was like, yo, this is the last time we're bombing together. This is the last time we're hanging out. And you will never, ever see a JD KRT tag, ever. You just lost a soldier. And this is like, I was like nobody at the time. I was like, you fucked up. How you gonna do that? You know, like, dude, we're in our neighborhood. Put up B.T.W, man. It's like, you know, I know it ain't nobody down with it, but it's mine. You know what I mean? Help a nigga out. Fucking. You know?
Yeah, I just want to point out too that this is, you know, no offense, JD. I just want the fans to know that this is not the reflex or the views of the Graft Champ show. JD is just talking about his experience with a certain person. So I don't want to.
I know him personally.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that real quick.
I don't care if he hears it. You know what I mean? Costs don't move right, and you know, and you know, he caught me at a beginning part of my career, and like, you know what I mean, and he stepped on some feelings, and it was just like for no reason, just to make himself feel better, like you know, and I can't fuck with people like that, you know what I mean? Like, I just can't. He don't move right, you know what I mean? So I had to part ways. So, you know, and then once I did that, I started bombing really, really hard, you know, getting like mad ups and just killing it with set. I started bombing with my boy Touche. I bombed with As Is. Touche, what up? As Is, my boy Deal, Cram, JR, you know, from Corona. Those dudes right there, those dudes showed me more love than anybody in Corona, because nobody liked me in Corona. You know what I mean? They didn't like me in Corona. Corona's the bad neighborhood. Like, you come over here, it's a nice neighborhood. You know what I mean? So they didn't really like me that much. You know what I mean? Because they're like, you can't come over here to Corona and bomb. I was like, oh, fuck, yes, I can. You know what I mean? So a lot of motherfuckers didn't show me no love, but Dio, Cram, JR, and Len showed love. I know I'm missing somebody, man. Why do I feel? Anyway, my UDI niggas, yo, those guys are original B.T.W, and I love them. Those guys always showed me love. And you know what I mean? Even though I was from far.
Dio is a real nigga.
I was a kid.
Did you ever hear of that kid that used to like Alacran?
Alacran? Hell yeah. IMS?
Yeah.
IMS? Alacran? Hell yeah. Alacran, IMS, Look. I used to see Look. This guy used to write Look. MI used to do
MI, yeah.
MI. Spen from he's in England right now. Who else? Cage. I thought Cage and Kel, even though we had a little beef, I shot him out, you know what I mean? Cage, MVK. Who else? Rod, Near. There's a lot of dudes. I can't really remember the Corona guys, you know, because I was burnt, you know. can't remember a lot of shit. You know, Coma. I think you see Coma up and.
Oh yeah, Coma. That nigga had nice shit. Nah, I said Alacran because nobody ever really mentions him. And one day I met that nigga on Knickerbocker, right on the corner of my block, and he took me to his way, me and a few of my boys, and that nigga has like he's a bully, like a street bully. Like that nigga was like running.
No joke. I heard he's no joke, and I've always seen Alacran. I was like, I love that tag. Like, I was like, who the fuck writes that shit? Alacran. Yo, and he used to write IMS. His second tag
IMS, like Apache, all of that shit. He used to write like 5 different things.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Like, shout out to him if he's listening. You know what I mean. That guy was. I used to see his shit. I used to be like, look at this. I just liked it. It was good to look.
What about Trip? Trip is another Queens nigga that used to get up.
Yeah, I pretty much introduced him to graffiti. You know what I mean. And he was a cool kid. He was a really dirty ass kid that sold the most crypto chronic weed back in like 91, 92. Like before there was this chronic, there was this crypto, this thing called crypto, and it was just like this mint green weed. I've never ever seen that shit before. Like back in the day, it was like the Thai stick to chocolate and skunk. That was like the highest of the grades we can get back in the day. This motherfucker came with this mint green, called it crypto. And it was from Florida. It was insane, dude. So, you know, we got cool. I started bombing with him. He was horrible. But we ended up having a bad parting because, you know, he went over a couple of my feelings on the fucking, what's that, Hunts Point. Him and, was that kid Trip, and who used to write with this other kid, Trip and Yes? The fake Yes?
Yes, yep, yes. Jason.
I shouldn't say the fake Yes. You know, he wrote Yes, or whatever, Yes 2, or I don't know.
POW.
Yeah. So he went over my feelings on the Hunts Point. Like me, Jay did a whole bunch of feelings, and he took the whole roof. I was like, who the fuck you think you are? I'm like, you just came out, like, you know. I was like, I brought you out. I fucking birthed you. Like, you know, I taught you how to steal cans and everything. You know, like, and you go over my shit. You all wanted the whole wall. I was like, you're fucking bugging. So I just went over all his shit. And that was the end of the trip. He no longer wrote after that. He retired.
Got it. What about Stevo? Stevo is from Forest Hills?
Stevo is original BTW. Now he's my friend. Like, that's my close personal friend. You know what I mean? Like I don't even see him as a graffiti writer, but he is. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing him. I'm just, when I see my boy, I'm not gonna say his name. I see my friend. You know what I mean? And sometimes I forget he writes. You know what I mean? Like he's like family. You know what I mean? Like, he's original. He was down with BTW before I was. You know what I mean? Like, it was a crew from around the way. You know, Mel up to Stevo. That's my boy. I love him.
That's what's so. How did it go from the JD and Set super duo smashing everything to the JD-JA era? How did that come about?
So I had met Jay one time right by Limelight. You know what I mean? Like, it was him, BS, and Sast. And I was like, oh shit. And Stax was there. My boy Stax. YO, I love you, Stax. He was like, yo, JD, bro, come over here. I'm gonna introduce you. Straight up and down. He was like, yo, John. He's like, yo, Jay, this is my boy JD, bro. This is my boy JD. This is my boy. This is Jay. You know how he talks. You know what I mean? And he's like, and I was like, hey, what's up? It was kind of awkward. You know what I mean? I was like, holy shit! Like, this fucking, there's Jay. I was like, there he is. You know? I was like, that's fucking God right there, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the deity. He exists. He's real. You know what I mean? So, you know, I said to myself, you know, what would I do if I meet this guy? You know, I was like, what would you do if you meet God, man? You don't talk about religion. You don't want to hear that shit. Just, you know, so I wouldn't talk about graffiti at all. So we, you know, and we're hanging out, and we're chilling, and the first thing he says to me is like, "Why do you write JD?" I was like, those are my initials. He was like, he just nodded his head, and I'm sure he could relate. You know what I mean? And then he fucking sparked up a fucking space full of some dust and crack, He had a fucking blunt with dust and crack. And you know what I mean? I was like, holy shit, what's that smell? And, you know, and I was like, let me try that shit. And he was like, nah, you should. I was like, I was like, come here, give me that shit. Fucking took the 2 pulls of that shit. I was like, yo, this shit is not for the weak. You know, I was like, holy shit. I was like the Iron Man. I felt like I was a Tin Man. I was like, that shit was wicked. You know what I mean? And then, so that we separated and we left. And where I met him again, where we got really cool, we were messengers in the city. Like I was a messenger, a bike messenger. So I'm going to the place where I got the job, and I'm walking into the place where you know, where I'm supposed to get, you know, go to dispatch and I fucking walk in. Who's sitting right there on the fucking benches? It's J.A. and Cope, and I'm like, oh fuck! I'm like, damn. I was like, I really didn't want to work with him. You know what I mean? I just, you know, I want to be cool with him, but I was like, now we're in each other's face. You know what I mean? And it's just awkward because I don't know the guy, and I wanted to make an impression, and I want him to like me and all that. So I just didn't say much to him. You know what I mean? And we both knew who we were. You know what I mean? And so I was like, I'll just do that. I'm like, I know this. When this guy meets graffiti writers, like they don't shut up about their graffiti. Like I've seen it. It's like, oh my god, shut up. You know, they just talk about it. I'm not gonna, not one word, not one spit. So I'm like, yo, what's up? And fucking Cope is there, and Sass works there too. I'm like, yo, this is fucking crazy. So we get cool. We're doing runs and fucking messenger runs and all that shit. Like a month or 2 passes, we start hanging out real tight. You know, because we get to know each other like we're friends. We're like, I get to know him. Like we didn't take a tag. We didn't do none of that shit. You know, and we just started becoming really cool. I was like, this guy's fucking really cool. He's fun, you know, and cool to hang out with. Always a lot of energy, and we just go around the city stealing shit. And Cope, that motherfucker was stealing cans in the city in 93. This was in 93, 94. He was going around like he would come at the end of the day. His book bag would be filled with cans, and it was hard to steal cans in the city. Cope was the real deal, bro. Like he was like, yo, JD, look at my. I was like, yo, damn. He was like, you know, we used to go out to Long Island and we go into Jersey. We take the trek, but this guy was like, he just every day a little nibble here, a little nibble there, and he always filled his fucking book bag. Like Cope is the real deal, bro. So you know, and. You know, a lot of people give him shit, you know, and I don't understand because I remember that guy from humble beginnings, man. He was a foot messenger, $5 an hour. We were making $5 an hour.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Damn. And this dude was going around stealing cans and he was bombing. Yo, I give him all the respect, man. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like when I hear people dissing him because it's like, give him his respect because they haven't seen the come up. Well, I've seen this guy broke, hurting, you know, and that was with Jay too. Everybody used to say, "Oh, that rich kid, little rich kid." I was like, that motherfucker ain't rich. That motherfucker, he's working as a bike messenger. I mean, as foot messenger with me. You know what I mean? It was like, if he was rich, he wouldn't be doing that. Like I used to hate it when I heard that, you know. But we got really cool, and then we started bombing. Then we started taking tags in the train. I was like, oh shit. And I was like. He took a tag as a kid, Jake. I was like, oh shit. I was like, so I took a tag next to him. I was like, yo, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I took a tag next to this shit. Like, everyone's gonna see it. Everyone's gonna fucking see it. Holy shit. You know what I mean? You know, you starstruck in the beginning. You know, now I look at the dude. I'm like, get out of here, man. You know what I mean? But like back in the day, I'm like fucking starstruck. And we're taking tags. And I was like, yo, Jay, man, push BTW. He was like, what does it stand for? I was like, big time riders, beyond this world, bring the weed, back to work. You know, he was like, all right, push XTC, JD, exonerate the children. He said a couple of things. I was just like, oh shit. I was like, shit. Oh shit. I was like, I wanted to fucking jump up like, oh yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah. I was like, I can't wait to push that shit around my neighborhood so Course could fucking have a heart attack. You know.
Yo, that's the first time I ever heard exonerate the children. I never heard that one.
Exonerate the
That's
children.
fire. That's fire.
Seth's famous one is Xanax takes control. Xanax takes control. The other one is exploit the children or exonerate the children. I think exploit the cops, exonerate the children.
Exploit the cops. That's fire too. That's fire. Yeah, I never heard those shit. So I gotta put you in a fucked up position right now. I gotta ask you, who has the dopest throw in Queens?
Me.
Who has
me?
All right, listen. So you could, what about a top five? A top five? A top three?
A top five would be Saint, Ghost. No, Set. First Set. Saint, Ghost, SP.
Ooh, SP1.
Queens. And me.
JD, that's a 5 right there. So you said Saint, Ghost, SP.
Saint. I didn't say Saint.
Saint.
Yeah, I said Saint. Set, Saint, Ghost.
Oh, Set. You said Set.
Yes, Set, Saint, Ghost, SP.
SP, and you. All right. So what about do you have a top 10 favorite writers of all time?
Set is my hero. He's my favorite. He's the nicest, beautiful villain. You know what I mean? Took me under his wing when I was fucking hurt. Like, that's my hero. You know what I mean? After him, it's Saint. And then Ghost, especially Ghost. I've always loved Ghost's stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there's no father to his style. You know, like, nobody writes like him. Yeah. What was the question?
The top 10 writers of all time, your favorites?
Oh, yeah.
You already said Set, Saint,
sorry,
and
man,
Ghost.
I've been drinking all day, so just I'm getting ready. Set, Saint, Ghost. SP. I like it. I always liked SP's outlines. They were dope. I've always liked Clark, my boy Clark TN. I've always liked his straight letters. I've always liked his straight letters, nice and clean and simple. Like, people don't understand that shit. Like, with Queens writers, we were just really legible. Like, our shit, you could read our shit. Like, you know, like evidence to like Saint and Duel and like Ghost. You could read his shit. You could always, his shit was, you know, it was always bubbly. It wasn't really straight letter, but like a lot of Queens writers were very legible and straight lettered and you could read this shit. You know, Giz is definitely 100% Giz. There's people I'm forgetting. I'm a little tipsy, but I don't really have a big list. I have a list of who I respect, you know. But I think my 5 is the most I'll go as far as like favorites. You know what I mean? And Set is number 1.
That's dope. The same way you feel about Set is the same way I feel about like niggas like Turk and Ever and shit. My boy Rav, like, these are the niggas that I really, you know, that I grew up with, and they're my real friends, and we just happen to write graffiti together when, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I feel the same way about them niggas.
You know, I was like, he was everything. Like, he was up all over Queens and my neighborhood, and I was like, oh, I wanted his attention. And we're like, where is he? You know what I mean? Like, I want to be with him. Like, he's got the right idea, you know? Because the whole graffiti thing with me stemmed from like, I always liked it and loved it, but it was a big part of it was dealing with an identity issue as well. Like, I had a very big identity issue. Like, I always felt uncomfortable or like not cool, or like I just always wanted to be respected and like, you know, like stupid shit now that I look back and now I'm like, why the fuck did I care? Like, that shit ain't putting money in my pocket. That shit is not putting me on planes. You know, giving a fuck what other people think about me got me nowhere. Like, it just caused stress and uncomfortable relationships with other people. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like, I just wanted to be respected and fucking be cool because you know, there were a lot of people in my neighborhoods, like the local people, that, you know, they were all into guns and gangs and all that bullshit. And that just wasn't me. I'm not hood like that. I mean, I'll throw hands with anybody, but like, I'm not into the guns. I'm just not into that. Like, I don't want people to like fear me or like respect me because I have a gun. I want them to respect me because I earned it. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is fucking pussy. That's just for the birds. You know what I mean? Like, all that gun shit. So I just wanted to make a name for myself. I was like, you know, telling me people like, you're doing it wrong, man. I'm like, I'm going to show you how to do this. You know what I mean? And I just started bombing really hard and shit like that. And dudes that didn't respect me or didn't like me, all of a sudden were like, yo, that's JD. What up, JD? You know what I mean? Like, they meet graffiti writers and they're like, yo, you know JD? He's like, yeah, that's my man. I was like, you ain't my boy. You never even liked me. Fuck out of here. That was the paycheck. That's the paycheck right there. You know what I mean? I was like, you corny ass motherfucker. You had no money. All of a sudden, now you're throwing my name around. That's the paycheck. I was like, I did it. I became the most famous kid out of my little neighborhood, Forest Hills. I think.
So what do you think about the graft now? The graffiti writers now? Do you see anybody getting up? Do you even look?
I do, but not. I don't really pay attention. I try. I really try to ignore it because I just can't be a knucklehead. Like, you know, once like I had from 88, really 90 when I really started to 2000. I had a 10-year run. That's it. I had to stop because I had a son. My son was born. You know what I mean? And I just couldn't get arrested for dumb shit. Like, I had to get a job. I gotta feed this little motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, so 2000 is when I called it quits, and I haven't bombed ever since. And it's crazy because it's like 22 years ago, and people still show love, and you know, that's how I know I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like,
super duper impact. We don't want you to underplay it because a lot of people don't know how other people perceive them. So I'm gonna let you know, in the graft world and shit, like, you're JD, my nigga. Could I ask you a question? What about that fucking that spot where you and JA did like 100 back-to-back fillings? I see it in pictures and I can never count how many fucking back-to-backs you did. Do you know how many you did?
56.
What? So half him, half you?
Yeah, we were militant, man. We were militant, man. Let me tell you something. When I started bombing with fucking JA, I was like, okay, like, I had to step up a little bit because he was just like, we used to do one filling on the block and keep it moving. Like, that just didn't happen with this dude. Like, we would saturate the fucking block. Like, I'm like, yo, this is just ridiculous. Like, but I just did it because, you know what I mean? I went along with what he did. You know what I mean? Because, like, I was like, you're not gonna have as many films as me now. Now I started getting competitive. I was like, you're gonna do 3? I'm doing 3. You know what I mean? We started getting close to each other, and yeah. So we were militant, man. He was like, Jay, we're gonna do this spot. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, we're gonna go do this wall. We're gonna grab this ladder, and we took the ladder from Hunts Point. Put it on the 7 train. This ladder was 20-something feet long. We put it in the train. We rode it. We all the way to Harlem. 100 and where's that? 156.
156, yeah, 156, right? On the side of the bridge.
We go up to 7. We catch the fucking what is that? The red numbers. We catch one of the red numbers. Dude, like, to get the ladder out, he had to like start from 4 doors down, and I got to start from the front door, and we're gonna walk it out. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like you have to like
on an angle,
like the way you walk it in one door from the back door, and then you gotta end up through the front door. Like, there was just no other way to get out of it. And I was like, what the hell are we doing? It was so suspicious. So, and then we carried this ladder all the way to fucking to the West Side Highway, and we start just going off. And we timed it 30 seconds. We're like, we're doing the whole wall, Jay. I'm like, what? We're doing the whole wall. I was like, okay. I was like, all right. And like, cause we started doing like this, a couple of fill-ins. He was like, we're doing the whole wall. I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay. And he was like, 30 seconds each, 30 seconds. So we counted, I was counting 30 seconds. He had to do his fill-in. You know what I mean? And then he came down, and then I went up and I did my fill-in. And then he went up and did his outline to let it dry. Cause you know what I mean? Let it dry. And then when my fill-in was finished, and he ran up and did his outline, and then when he finished his outline, I ran up and did my outline, and we did 56 in a row, and they blended in different colors. I didn't realize how significant that spot was until daytime, when he was like, Jay, we're going back to take pictures. I'm like, you want to go back? He's like, yeah, we're going back. I'm like, all right. Like break of dawn, like the minute, like 6 o'clock in the morning, we go there, and I'm like, holy shit. And it was like, everybody was talking about it. It was pretty serious. Like, I remember Coke saying, yo, B, there's no sense of even hitting that wall anymore.
That's
like, he was like, don't, nobody bothers even going to hit that wall, man. You guys just fucking kinged it. I've never been saying that. I was going to say, you know. But
do you have any original pictures of the wall?
No, I got to dig, man, and I don't want to dig. I got pics. I got a lot of pics. You know what I mean? Over here, all these fucking walls were filled with J and JD films in my apartment when he used to live with me. We did fucking fill-ins all in my living room and shit. You know what I mean? You could probably see it on Facebook. But, yeah, we were doing some militant fucking saturating, destroy, like the D-line. Dude, what me and this guy did to the D-line was just criminal. Like, they had all of Brooklyn talking, and everyone that rocks those summer squash force fields, you can thank me and Jay. You can thank me, Jay, for that, because we started that shit. Like, I remember, like, Jay was like, yo, see this, Jay? I was like, what is that? I was just about summer squash. Yo, I was like, what are we going to do with that? He was like, force fields. I was like, force fields? You know what I mean? Like, what do they call them now? They call them, what do they
double
call
outline.
Them? What?
Double outline? A double outline?
Also,
a double outline.
Something else they call it, but what they do, force fields, you know what I mean? So we started rocking summer squash force fields on everything, and we went back 3 nights in a row on the D-line. 3 nights, because we destroyed each stop, 2 stops, the whole way in between. We just saturated, did the next stop, went home, came back the next night, did 2 more stops. You know, we didn't just do a run down like 10 stops. We came back 3 nights in a row, and we fucking destroyed it. Like, everybody was like, yo, if everybody was bugging on that one. But yeah, that's when everyone started doing summer squash yellows, force fields. You know what I mean? Because we did that. We were the ones that started that.
So fill-ins, that's what you wanted to do first, like more than anything, fill-ins? Because I'm a tag bomber, and I'm more of a tag bomber, you know?
Well, you start with that, you know? You start with it, but I just knew that, like, I had to have a fill-in, too. Like, I just knew, like, I had to do that. It was just essential, you know what I mean? And my shit was so horrible. I'm going to draw one now. I can still draw one.
Yo, and it's mad hard to come up with an original J, especially when you're bombing with Ja.
Oh, my God, dude. Let me tell you something. My J.
Right? It's hard to come up with J throwy, especially when you're bombing with J. He has
my J was specifically designed so it didn't look like J shit and Ja's shit and PJ. Because I remember when I was young going to the Bronx to visit my grandmother, when my parents would drive the car, and I used to see fucking J going over PJ, and what J used to do was just, he would just go over the P and use his J because they were both the same. He would leave his J and put an A on all his shits. I was like, wow. I was like, look at that shit. When Jay was warring with PJ and Coke, like they were warring, you know what I mean, in the Bronx highways. I was like, holy shit. And this was before I kind of wrote. I noticed it. I was like, holy shit. And I see Fade. Was it Fade? No. Yeah, it was Fade and Med, right?
Med Star. Yep.
And Fade and Jess, my boy Jess, Rob. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He had original J2. I used to like his shit. I used to see him up on the highway.
I see Chromag.
Who?
Chromag.
Yo, Chromag, that's my boy. That was my homie, man. He fucking passed away. Rest in peace. You know what I mean? DG, rest in peace. Checo, rest in peace. VE, rest in peace. Sane, rest in peace. Foot, rest in peace. I didn't know you, but rest in peace, my brother. And everybody else, you know, that they with us now. You know, what were we talking about?
We talking about graft. Fuck that.
Yeah,
yo, so what's next for you? You're doing custom artwork. You're selling canvas. What you doing?
I just couldn't keep up with the canvases, like, and everybody kept lowballing, like, you know. I'm asking for like $150 to $200 for my canvas because I make 14 by 14s. You know what I mean? And they're beautiful. Hold on. And everybody's fucking like, you know, lowball. Asking for this amount, and I'll take it more like $50. I was like, who the fuck is selling canvases for $50? I'll give you a tag for $50. I'm like, you know, I was like, that's not me. I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, I grabbed the wrong one. Anyway, so I just couldn't keep up. You know, there was this, you know, people always try to ask for a cheap or trade. That's the most annoying shit. Let me tell you something. Graffiti writers out there, don't ask someone that's higher up to do a trade with you, especially if, you know, I don't want to be a dick, but if you ain't done shit, why the fuck would you think that your canvas is equate to mine, the value? Like, you know, I would get that all the time. I was like, he's like, oh, what about trades? I'm like, I don't collect, and if I did, you know, it would be this person, that person, this person. Well, you know, what about I'll trade with you, and I'm like, yo, like he's being rude. He doesn't even realize he's being rude. I'm like, and I tell him, I'm like, why would I want to trade with you? Like, you know, I had to like let him know. I'm like, you're never gonna make this mistake again. I'm like, why would I trade with you? You just started the other day, like. Why would I trade with you? I don't want your artwork. I don't want to look at your artwork. He was like, oh, do it for the culture. I was like, for the culture? I was like, I already did the culture. I was like, when are you gonna do your culture? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't even. I don't speak this language, bro. Like, like you're being rude. Don't ask me to trade with you. Like, I don't even know who the fuck you are, and I don't like to be a dick. You know what I mean? That's because.
Nah, but that's disrespectful. Some niggas gotta get put in place like that, nigga.
No,
fuck that.
What's wrong with you? Like, are you serious? Like, even I know not to, like I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even ask, like, who I am. I wouldn't ask to trade with Ghost. I wouldn't ask to trade with Saint. I wouldn't ask to trade with any of these guys. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I don't want to get shot down and be like, ah, Jay, it's cool. I'm good. I wouldn't even want to put myself in that line of fire. To get that rejection, or maybe they'd be like, yeah, cool, but like I don't roll dice on my feelings, man, because I'm sensitive, brother. I'm sensitive when it comes to this graffiti shit. And I don't pay it no mind, but I'm still like I'm sensitive about it. You know what I mean? Like I did what I did, and I, you know, and I don't lowball me on my canvas. I'm asking for $150. They're beautiful canvases, man. Take it and give me the $150. You know, 50. I'll take it 50. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these niggas, I was like, please don't fucking do $50 canvases. Like, and there's people I know that do that. I'm like, don't do it. It's because you're
fucking the game up.
Yeah, man, you're worth more than that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I just work. Graffiti don't put me on planes, you know what I mean? Don't get me around the world. Hard work.
That's a fact.
Hard work.
Let me ask you a question. Where do you rate yourself and Set as a group?
The last realest motherfuckers that come out of Queens. as a team. That's where I rate us. Me and Seth are the last Mohicans, the last of the Mohicans that came out of Queens, man. The tag team, we're the last real motherfuckers that came out of Queens. And that's not to diss anybody. You know what I mean?
You haven't seen anybody from Forest Hills now, like in the new generation that has been repping?
I don't know anybody. I literally don't know anybody. I don't talk to anybody. I go this way, I go that way. I don't know graffiti writers. I never did. Like, I just stopped hanging out with them because, you know, what you wanted in the beginning, like, this is what a graffiti writer wants always in the beginning. He wants to get the fucking fame. He wants to get the respect. That's what they want. That's where it all starts. That's the crux of it. Like, I guess that's where it starts. You want to get that recognition, that fucking fame and shit like that. And that's what I wanted. But I was dealing with an identity issue. Like, I was like, who the fuck am I? Like, what am I doing? Like my neighborhood is soft as shit. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, but I love it. I'm never gonna leave it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, how am I gonna get like respect coming out of fucking Forest Hills? Because like I actually thought that people gave a fuck about it, like where I came out of. And people don't really give a shit. They don't. Like, I was killing myself. Literally killing myself. I was like, yo, I don't, you know, like, I don't want people to know I come out of Forest Hills, you know what I mean? Or in general, in Queens in general, it was soft, you know? That's why I used to always love to bomb Brooklyn. Love to bomb Brooklyn. Always loved to bomb Brooklyn, more than Queens and Corona. Like, any place where it's shitty, I would go, you know what I mean? Love to bomb Brooklyn, you know what I mean? And, you know, and some Brooklyn brothers showed me love, man, like Stax and Checo. Checo showed me mad love, man. Fuck Crew, old school, fuck Crew.
Checo, LC.
They showed me love, man. You know, and there was a lot of motherfuckers that didn't show love, you know what I mean? That did not. It did not like me, did not want me hanging out. Like, why are you here? Like, literally. I was like, all right. I was like, we'll see. Like, you'll be inviting me back and, you know, wanting me to hit your black book. Watch. You know what I mean? And
Redemption.
And you know what I mean? And that I used to love the bomb Brooklyn a lot. And Queens is, you know, then I embraced my neighborhood. I was like, fuck that. I'm from Forest Hills. The mean streets. And you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You know what I mean? You're gonna fucking love it. You're gonna wish you lived here. And now I rep it to the fullest. I embrace the stuff.
So Jay, do you have any like last words before we jump off this to the fans? Do you want to say, you know, give shout outs? Do you want to say anything to anyone?
Anyone that knows me and, you know, that I didn't shout you out, I'm sorry. You know, I love you. One I want to say is, if I was ever a dick to anybody back in the day, I'm sorry. Like, you know, the graffiti got to my head, and, you know, I wanted to be cool. When I became cool, I was a dick to a couple of people, and I apologize truly from my heart. I'm sorry. I thought like this shit really made a big deal, and it didn't. And you know, just sorry, because I was a dick. And then
that's real.
I was a dick, and then, you know, then I started realizing, like, once I started becoming really, really famous, and when 94, 95, 96, when we ran New York, you know, like me and JD ran New York, and it was just like, I didn't like the fame anymore. It was like we go to parties, and it's like every single person here knows who I am. I don't know who anybody else is here. You know what I mean? Like, you walk in, and it's just like, and it just made me uneasy. You know, because I used to get jumped a lot too. You know what I mean? I can't stand that shit. Shoot the fair one, man. Like, I'll give you the fair one. I don't care if I lose, but let me have a chance. Don't jump me on some pussy shit. Because if you do, I'll do some pussy shit right back to you. I don't care. I'll do the most pussiest shit right back to you. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, just be nice to the people that you meet on the way up, because you're never gonna know who you meet on the way down.
Facts. Your life is like that. But yo, Jay, man, you are a legend, an icon. You're so much, bro. It's hard to put it in one. You know what I'm saying? And
I appreciate
I
that.
thank you for even talking to us, bro. Like
Oh,
we
man,
salute you.
anytime,
Everything you
any
did, my
day,
brother.
man. And another thing, y'all motherfuckers, stop saying you went all city. Like when you didn't, I was there. You know, so sometimes I'm hanging out and I'm hearing, yo, I went all city. I'm like, oh, no, he didn't. He just didn't say that. No, he didn't. He's saying it again. Wow. Stop saying it. I didn't even go all city because I didn't even bomb the Bronx. So you know what I mean? So if I didn't go all city, a lot of you motherfuckers didn't go all city. All right?
Everybody's all city these days.
Stop using
They
that
think they
term.
all city.
Stop disrespecting the all city term. You know what I mean? Stop disrespecting it. You know?
Facts.
Be famous. You don't have to be all city. Not everybody hits that.
Yo, Jay, bro, salute to you, my brother. Thank you for everything. JD B.T.W Prez, bro.
Thank you very much.
I'll talk to
man.
you. I'm gonna hit you up because I want to talk to you about the pin.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, it is.
Oh God, I
I'm too
need
lazy
that.
to sell them. I got like 100 of them here. I'm too lazy to fucking sell them. You know? Lazy.
You see, that's messed up. You just got a bunch of people thirsty right now.
No, I'd rather give them to people that are my friends. You know, I'll eventually sell them. I'm just busy. I'm lazy. But you know, I work and then I come home. I want to order my fucking food and I want to fall asleep and then you know I want to take my trip around the world. You know, I want to get on the plane.
Want to trade? Somebody in the comments said they want to trade for your pin.
Pins are different. I'll do a trade on a pin, but you might have to give me two because these shits are big and juicy, bro. Look at it. Yeah, shit.
Oh yeah, that shit is crazy.
Hey. All right, brother. Thank you so much.
Salute,
yeah.
bro.
Back to work.
You gotta X out. You gotta X out.
All right. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye. Oh, man, look at this
graft. The end of the year, baby.
Not a clean ending. What?
That was JD B.T.W, bro. Y'all niggas could thank me later. Wait a second, because now we have, yo, Swell. Where you at, Swell? Hold on. Before Swell comes on, it's only right that I do this. Yo, that was JD B.T.W. Graft Champs. Here he is. Wait. Ooh. Oh, shit. We have Swell from the supergroup Arsonist. Yo, that was JD B.T.W. Yo, salute, Vic. What's going on, my nigga? I need to get you, Fatal, Bye, L.I., Chael. I need y'all, bro. Salute, A1s. What's good, my brother? Let me see. Hold on. I'm inviting Swell right now from the Arsonist.
Yo! What's going on, my brother?
What's good, yo? Salute.
Yo, change your phone, change your Wi-Fi. You look like a fucking robot going in and out. What the fuck is going on, bro?
For real? My shit looks like a robot?
Yo, you frozen, B.
What about now?
Can you see me? Can you see me? Because your
I can
phone
see
is
you
your phone is
fine.
frozen.
Nah, I can see you fine. I'm still frozen?
Yeah,
Am I still frozen?
You're still a little glitchy. Fez, what up? What up, my brother?
You can see me?
I can see you, but you glitching. So I could barely hear your shit.
Damn, son, what the fuck is going on, bro? Hold on. My bad. Sorry, Swell. My bad, bro.
Diablo. Yo, that intro, that SR intro, the fucking grass
Diablo?
champs, that fucking intro is fire, bro.
Fire.
Body bag that.
Fire. You can see me now? You can hear
Yeah,
me at least?
you good. Yeah.
Yo, we back at it. Yo, everybody, Graph Champs, this is Swell, one part of the supergroup Arsonist from Bushwick Legendary. And I had to have you on the show, my brother, because you're so deep in the hip-hop, graft, Bushwick's whole culture from the beginning, like the 90s on. And we need to hear your story from the beginning, my bro. So you got to tell me from the beginning. How did it all start for you, getting into the rap and forming Arsonist and all that?
Yo, it was crazy. I was real young when Destroy and my older brother and a whole bunch of dudes came to my crib and they were playing demos that they had did. And being so young, I didn't know they were demos. I thought they were actually real songs. Like real, like in the you know what I'm saying? Like real music, but they were just demos. And I used to learn the lyrics, and I used to go to school and I used to say the lyrics, and everybody thought it was my shit.
What age was this?
I was probably still in elementary school. Around this time, like maybe 5th grade, just doing raps of like my older brother or Destroy or somebody like that.
And at that time, what like mainstream shit was playing? Did any of that shit influence you?
Like in the real hip hop world?
Yeah, on the radio and all that.
Everything was getting me hyped.
What was playing at the time? What was popping?
Slick Rick. I mean, the list goes on when it comes to hip hop. I didn't know hip hop was a thing. I thought it existed forever and ever. You know what I'm saying? I just was born like knowing hip hop. So it wasn't like, oh, this is hip hop? Okay, I like it. It wasn't like that. It was just hip hop was the world. It was. So it was crazy, and with the thing with the Arsonist, it wasn't just the rapping thing. We talking about grab champs. We did everything. So we went on certain days and we b-boyed, and then on certain days we rapped, then on certain days we DJ, then on certain days we embalming. You know what I'm saying? So we was doing that. There was a time when my boy, I got a spot. It's a mosque with the Muslims. He was Muslim, so he was like, "Yo, like, yo, I know where we could get spray cans, and we could go bombing." And I was like, "All right, I never been to a mosque. I never been to a Muslim church before. You know, you go to church, you see the chairs and all that shit. You go to regular church, there's no chairs, no tables, none of that. You know what I'm saying? They're on their knees." So he was like, "Yo, when they go down to pray, you stick into the back, go down to the basement and grab all the cans." And I had like on me. I'm like, "Yo, stealing from a church." That's how like serious we was, like going out bombing. Like I got mad so I used to do that shit, man. So it was like, and once I knew that this wasn't my life. When I turned around and cop was in back of me like, yeah, what's up? And, and he was like, yo, you lucky I'm off duty right now, but you cleaning that with your finger and your spit. And I started cleaning that shit, and I was like, yo, this life is not for me. So hats off to all the grafts. Hats off, because I knew that that life wasn't for me, bro.
What about so what age was you when you started writing rhymes, like your first rhyme and songs and shit like that? How did that happen?
I was super young, man. I remember I was just telling this story recently when I told my dad, I was like, yo, and he was like, nah, I'm not letting you do that. And I was like, yo, I'll do it. I want to rap. And he said, all right, if you could do me a rap song, if not, you punish me. For real, dead ass. He was like, yo, I'm going to punish you. You ain't going outside. You ain't hanging with your friends. By the end of the day, you got to give me a rap. I did a whole verse, chorus, like at such a young age, maybe like 10, 11. And it's crazy. I called it Punish from the hip hop art. Yo, I did the verses, I did the chorus. Yo, my pop started crying. He was like, yo, I'll never again. If you want to rap, you're gonna rap. And like last summer, I was digging through the basement. You know, I collect toys, I collect everything. When I found my first rhyme book, it was in there. And I was like, yo, I was telling my brother Slope, I was like, yo, look, this is the first rap. This is the first rhyme book. You know what I'm saying? This is the shit that my father was like, yo, all right, now you can go rap.
You remember your first rhyme?
Hell no. Nah. I remember that. Never. But that's how and it was just being so hyped. I didn't know it was a thing. I just in it.
So how did you like get up with Destroy and freestyling them?
Well, I was the young one in the crew. I was still a baby, and Destroy put me under his wing, had me hanging with him. At that time, people fucking out. So I was a young little nigga hanging out, and I never knew it actually was the bomb squad, BBS. I don't know if you remember that.
Nah.
Yeah, it wasn't arsonists. It was BBS, Bushwick Bomb Squad, because we was going out bombing. We was, you know, a whole big crew. There was like 30 of us. We had a big crew. So I was just always hanging, and it just got down to who was rapping who. And once we got rid of all the people that wasn't rapping, ended up to be like 13 of us. And then we became the arsonists. You know what I'm saying? And by the time I was 15, we put out our first. So I was only 15.
So Tony Touch was down with y'all from the beginning?
Yeah, because remember, it was Touch and Destroyed. So once we got into the group, Destroy was like in the middle of like arsonists and Tony Touch. So we were like, yo, we just put all of that together, and then we started doing that. And I think I was like in the arsonist to actually get on Tony Touch mixtape. I don't even know what number that is, and if you find it, please let me hear that shit because I haven't heard that shit.
We gotta search that shit up. We gotta search up the discography, kid. Yo, because I'm gonna just say like this, bro. Coming up in Bushwick, seeing niggas rhyming, mad ciphers, niggas performing, doing shows. Y'all was like the first, you crime, and y'all was the first niggas I seen doing it. Actually, I remember one time where y'all niggas, I seen y'all Knickerbocker, y'all niggas just came from doing like a PSA rap, and y'all niggas got checks. Like y'all got paid for that shit. And like I seen Q Unique, and we was in front of the shit, and nigga was like, nigga, I just got paid for a rap on a PSA, nigga. We were like, oh shit, that's fire. Like made bread off the shit. Like y'all niggas had a record. Y'all niggas had all, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all gave hope to the hood. The shit, y'all really made it pop. It was dope. Like tell me about like when you was going through all of that.
Well, it was different because everybody was rapping. Everybody in Brooklyn was rapping. So we was going to corners, doing those ciphers, but we were like, we want to make it better than just rapping. You know what I'm saying? How much more can we do? And that's when we actually put out it. And yo, I was still in high school, and I was walking around with a record. It felt crazy being played on High 7, and that was the only hip hop station at the time. That was a crazy feeling. That was such a big feeling, bro. Like, I can't.
That's a crazy accomplishment.
I can't even tell you, like, at a 15 years old, having a record out and telling people, yo, I'm about to go on tour overseas. Niggas ain't never even left the block.
Tell me some of the tours you went on. Like, who did you open for? Who was on the tours? Who you fucked with?
Throughout the whole career or in the beginning?
Just name drop. Talk your shit, nigga.
Eminem to Pun to everybody you can think of people did it. Goody Mob, Fat Joe, the list goes on and on. We was working the Public Enemy, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One. We opened up for everybody. We was making a name.
What about Wu-Tang?
The Wu-Tang. I got a story on Wu-Tang. So we backstage, and we was waiting to open up for them, but I was starving. And I was like, yo, Jice, let's get some food. He was like, yeah, yo, me and Jice was starving. So we walk in this room, and we look on the side. There was mad food on the table. And us niggas, we don't give a fuck whose it is. You know what I'm saying? So we walk in, and me and Jice start all the food and shit. And Raekwon, what the fuck, yo, this is it. Ain't y'all room? And we were like, yo, we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So now this is Arsonist and Wu-Tang shit. So Raekwon is like, yo, my nigga, y'all can't be walking up in here. And I was like, yo, calm. Like, yo, we just hungry. We didn't know who it was. And he's like, yo, this is Meth room, blah, 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 blah. And Meth walked in. And Meth was like, yo, what happened? And Ray was like, yo, these niggas in here eating your food and shit. And Meth, yo, chill. Like, yo, Meth was telling Ray, yo, calm down. They're good. He looked at him and was like, yo, man, you hungry? I was like, yeah, I was starving. We didn't eat like the whole day. He was like, hey, eat your food. Like, yo, we just stood there, but I was like, yo, you about to get fucked up by the Wu-Tang Clan? Like, because them niggas used to run deep. We ran deep too, but them niggas used to run deep.
Yo,
I think it'd be dope if I got fucked up by Wu-Tang Clan. Fuck that.
That shit would have boosted your ego. Nigga, I got fucked up by Wu-Tang, nigga. What can you do to me, nigga?
Go on, slap.
Yeah, everybody, man. Like, once we got in the doors, that was it. There was no stopping us. You couldn't tell us nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was doing everything, promoting ourselves, getting on tour ourselves, putting out the records, everything you could think of. We was doing all that.
So I gotta say this shit, and this shit is facts. The only reason that I ever rhymed ever in my life was because of you and U-Crime. Was because of Arsonist and U-Crime. The only reason I ever rhymed, and Raph, because we used to be chilling, smoking. Everybody had the little radio. We pump. Niggas would just bust into a cypher anywhere. I remember coming home from a club on Bedford Avenue. Boom, a cypher right in the train. Like, it was legendary shit. You know what I'm saying? Freestyle, Raph, a bunch of niggas always and shit. So the first time I ever jumped in a cypher, bro, remember when Bushwick Avenue used to be all Muslim houses?
Yeah.
We was coming from the weed gate, and, we was rolling up on one of those steps, and niggas just bust into a fucking ill cypher, and I jumped in for the first time, bro. And it was because Freestyle himself, that nigga, he was killing it, yo, and he said, like, he was going off the top. Yo, he was just killing it, bro. And like, I was just anticipating what's the next thing this nigga's gonna say? Like I was on it. Like, wow, this shit is crazy. That shit made me jump in the cypher. And like I said, honestly, I would have never ever rhymed if it wasn't for Arsonist, U-Crime, and Raph.
Wow, that's the craziest right there. Like, I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed that. Always dope. So to hear that, like, Is he a dope MC? They just started because of something that I was a part of. That's like the ultimate compliment of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I even, like, bro, hats off, bro. And you,
nah, niggas gotta roll out the carpet for you.
I only think about it. When the session came out, I was only 15. Yeah, we was rhyming with y'all way before that. So I was like 11, 12, 13. You know what I'm saying? So just think about hearing say that to a 12-year-old. Come on, man. Come on.
Yo, niggas don't even know the impact. Like, y'all niggas was putting Bushwick on the map, and in turn, that shit was helping everyone. You know what I'm saying? So without even trying, you know what I'm saying? It was a big impact. The streets was loving y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Same shit with you, Crime. Like, it was you. Arsonists, they had so much creativity. That the album, bro, I was listening to it last week, bro. Last week, I was just like, oh shit, let me throw this shit on. Boom, boom. So many tracks that I forgot of. Blaze, Snakes, Halloween, The Session, Nighttime Vandals.
Yeah,
Like, it's like.
that too.
Yes, I know. You said TCK, MBK. Y'all get it. That was free. Yo, and the sick shout out y'all gave us on the tape, bro. Like, on the back of the tape. Like, that shit right there, that shit meant crazy ill to us, because y'all niggas is the first niggas to have, like, a album that officially came out and is, you know, y'all niggas is doing it.
Go to Music Hut and buy the shit.
Exactly. It ain't no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go to Music Hut and buy it, and you can hear the song on the radio. And I remember when y'all niggas came with the tapes, my nigga. I bought 2 of those shits, bro. I wish I still had that shit, bro. That's a word, bro. Raph definitely. Raph got everything. Raph got everything.
Actually put out a record and walk into stores in Brooklyn, Manhattan, in the Bronx, just to walk in the stores just to see my name there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to see my album there next to every hip hop album that I ever loved. Best feeling in the world.
Nigga, I can't even imagine how that feels. You know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine. So what happened after the As the World Burns album?
As far as Arsonist or with me?
With everything.
Well, after The World Burns, everybody. You know what? Let me just speak for myself. When it came to that, my ego, my pride, my everything was getting bigger and bigger. And I became harder to deal with. So I never want to point the finger and be like, yo, is this that, but they're in the group or not. I take a lot of blame for a lot of shit. By the time The World Burns ended, we started doing Date of Birth. And at that time, D-Strip was doing his own shit, and Freestyle was doing his own shit. So it was only me, Q, and Dice. That was the biggest struggle of all time. That was the biggest struggle. Matter of fact, I say to everybody didn't make it to Date of Birth, that album, praise to them, because they got off before the crashed, burned. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when Detroit Freestyle, they able to fucking jump off the plane with parachutes and be saved and save themselves. By the time Date of Birth came, they did that shit, and that, you gotta remember, Date of Birth came out on 9/11.
What?
Album, Date of Birth, dropped 9/11.
It's crazy.
And we were still on contract. We still had to go on tour. We were performing at stadiums with like 20 people. Now just imagine 20 people in a huge arena. One person all the way over there, one person, empty room. And we had to do it because we were on contract. The world was on its knees. And we still had to go. The struggle on that was beyond everything. That was the beginning of where my mental was like, I don't ever want to do hip hop again. It started spiraling. And trust me, yo, when I tell you, whoever didn't make it on that album got off safely, bro. Everybody.
So who ended up being on it?
It was just me, Jice, and Q. That's it. Me, Jice, and Q.
So y'all already had material all together, and they just took theirs off, or you
started from scratch. D was out, Free was out. They got off the plane with parachutes, and we still on the plane. We still on the plane flying that shit. This shit is gonna work. This is gonna work. It's gonna work. And when you got it, when As the World Burns came out, I was still 13, 14, 15. Those verses you hearing on there, I was a baby. I was a baby. The session came out, I was 15. Next thing you know, I got a little older. Now we're doing date of birth. That means I have new lyrics, new choruses, new beats. And we was on fire. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? And it was such a struggle because we have two of the best MCs in the group. Two of the best MCs on. So now not only do I have to step up because I'm getting older now, but I had to step up. Show who the fuck I am. So it was a whole new world before that shit crashed and burned. And then at some times I'm like, damn, I wish I was like D3 or Ching or Kinetic or everybody who got out maybe before the plane crashed and burned. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a real struggle, bro. Real struggle.
Wow. So that's how you got turned off to the whole shit?
Yeah, I think after the birth, you started to do solo shit, and I was like, I'll start doing Q's work and see how that goes, and see if I still want to continue doing my own. And we would go on tour, and it was just me and Q. Jice got playing. Jice started doing his own thing. So now it's just me and Q. And I'm helping on the album, on tour, everything. And it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And I was like, yo, I can't. I don't even want to no more. It was a struggle, B. And everybody's like, yo, you in every magazine. You on every radio station. You on every tour. We was on every tour that was going on, we was on it. So you killed it. Paid. I didn't have $1 to my name.
So you wasn't getting no money?
We wasn't getting no money. Because we had to recruit everything from all the record sales and all of that. Then on tour, we had to do promotional tours. And it was just like, damn, I thought I paid my. And it was almost like, even though we did all of that, it was still the beginning. So it was bugged out.
That's crazy. Yo, they be trying to do niggas dirty, right, son?
Yeah, once I left the industry, I was like, man, that's why straight hit me up after like 100 years of me not rapping, talking about I need a straight 16. B, you're bugging.
Wait. So now we gotta rewind that. So now,
straight, bro. You know how many times?
So now straight 16 comes, which is Instagram MC platform where you could battle, drop a rhyme, you know, the fans rate your shit. I suggest everybody go follow Straight 16 if you want to hear bars. So you saying Straight 16 come along and Stray call you for a verse?
Yo, I had to fight this dude like 100 times. Yo, ask if you don't believe me, I had to fight him 100 times, B. And I'm like, bro, I don't rap anymore. What are you talking about? And then there's so many dope on that platform. It's like you don't want to get caught up and sound like you in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it has expanded, and Even though somebody knows how to fight, if you don't train, you get. You know what I'm saying? If you not training and you go in the ring with somebody and you haven't trained, you're gonna get fucked up. It's the same thing will happen. If your pen is not in heavy production, that's it.
That's a fact.
So I was like, yo,
so what
I
happened?
hate you, bro. I'm gonna do it, but I hate you. Hate you.
So you were satisfied? Did the fans showed you love?
I guess, yeah, you know, I really don't pay attention to that. I thought it was dope. I go off what he says every time. Like, yo, you got a lot of love. You got a lot of love. So it's dope. It's dope.
Nice. I love going on there because I pay attention to it and I want to I want to throw bullets at niggas. That shit is the perfect platform to have fun. If you want to like do lyrical exercise, bro, that shit is the perfect place, bro. That shit dug me out of the grave too, bro.
Definitely. Yeah, you be fucking killing this shit. Your flow patterns, all of that. Like I'm always amazed when every time I go on the page. Always.
Good looks. It's entertainment. I'm trying to make people laugh and think and smile.
And now that's hip hop. Like the grittiness. Like I'm a diss this dude just because I can. I got that from you. You say shit like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Just because I can, I diss you, bro. and it's crazy because the internet rap world is weird. Now everybody can say what they want, but nobody was doing that shit back in the ciphers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on Straight 16 is more than half of them ain't never been in a real cipher where they really had to defend themselves.
Face to face.
So it's weird, yo. It's weird.
Yeah, that internet shit was weird the first time too. The first few times I did it, I was like, wow. I even had told a few MCs that I was battling, I was like, man, let's just battle face to face and get it over with. You will never have a chance if it was face to face.
Face to face or on a stage, forget about it. They wouldn't know what to do with a mic. Wouldn't even know what to do with a mic. I don't care how dope you can rap. Let me see how you get on stage. Let me see how your character is. Let me see how you react if the crowd don't like you when you get booed.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me see where your head is at. Where you at? Are you nice? You a real MC? Let me see your work.
Niggas is gonna pop a docket.
Niggas put songs on iTunes and think that's it. They are rap artists. That's it. They became something, but they haven't done nothing, and that's what irks me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you haven't done work. You haven't done shit.
So speaking.
How you claim you?
But
who you open for? Who you headline for? What tours have you done? Where have you know what I'm saying? What's going on? How many records?
Word. Let's compare resumes. That's what I'm gonna ask you. I wanted to ask you because what I seen, I read your posts and you was talking about how they erase arsonists from the history. You want to speak upon that?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different episodes. I mean, just those three that I posted were 3 pivot points where it was like, how aren't we recognized for something in this? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what happened? What happened? Where did it go wrong? And honestly, I know the answer, and it all starts with pointing at ourselves. Now, we did a lot of fuck ups too. We made a lot of bad decisions. So that plays a big part. But when you sit back and you like, how am I not a part of that documentary? How am I not mentioned in the top at least 100 hip hop? You know what I'm saying? Arsonist sold a lot of records. We got to be somewhere in there. It's weird, bro.
So you, when you put out those 3 posts about it, what was the did anybody give any type of feedback?
Nah, because I don't think not don't want to say nobody cares, but the time has already passed. Like, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? And I didn't vote for that kind of act. I just did it because I was like, let me just mention and let people know that we were there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we were there. All those hip hop documentaries you see, we were there actually.
That's crazy.
I had to mention it so people know.
You got why y'all don't make your own documentary about the whole arsonist?
Well, one, everybody has to be on the same page to do something like that. Two, a lot of funding has to be involved in it. And three, I don't know how much people will be interested in it. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, people like SR would like to see something like that, but the whole world, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, if we're going to do something like that, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. And everybody in the group has different points of views. So it's not like we all...
Was that always a big problem because there's so many niggas that niggas couldn't agree on
always
shit?
From day one. From before we put out records, there was always different opinions and strategies of what's going on and how we should do things, and the egos, one ego trying to be bigger than the other ego. So it was always a problem. But I think that's always a problem when it comes to any group.
But the more people in the group, the harder it is, right?
Absolutely. But the way I see it, anybody could do it. I'm saying we just lacked something that they didn't.
But at least you could say that you dropped a classic fucking album in your life, bro.
I wouldn't say it, but you know, if you say it, that's dope.
Why wouldn't you say it?
I mean, I was so young, bro. I can't say I didn't do my best on there. When you hear me, you can actually hear the little boy, the little voice on those albums. So when I hear it, I'm like, shit. I was not even...
Yeah, but that's what it is. That's what you was at the time.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. But people, you know, a lot of people be saying that it is a classic. Now, I love it.
That shit is hood certified retarded.
Thank you, my brother.
You crazy? Fuck that. Word. So what about where are you with the guys now? Y'all still good?
Yeah, I mean, we talk often. We always fantasize about doing things in the future and stuff like that. But you know, everybody got something going on. So it's really hard at this point. Imagine you got something great going on, and then the past comes out and says, "Yo, let's try this." It's not easy.
Yeah.
It sounds cool, but when doing it, it's just not easy. Especially when everybody in the world. Yeah, think about it. Some of us in New York, some of us are in France, some of us is in Cali. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
So y'all never like in all these years that passed, y'all toured though before, like, you know, randomly here and there?
Yeah. I mean, if you I don't know if you know, but Arsonist released an album like 3 years ago. A new album.
Say it again?
I said I don't know, but Arsonist released a new album like 3 years ago. It's called Lost in the Fire.
I didn't know that.
You can get that on all streams, all platforms.
Lost in the Fire?
Yeah, it was Lost in the Fire. So we did about maybe 5 or 6 new songs, and then on the flip side, we did all the songs that were never released. All the demos, the Arsonist demos that we never put on As the World Burns or Date of Birth, we put it on Lost in the Fire. So you hear people like Ching Rock on it, and Crash, and just demos that we just never released. And it's pretty cool to hear those songs, and you know, still selling. People are still buying, still picking up, and it's a great feeling. It is pretty dope.
That's dope, bro. That's what's up. But when y'all toured randomly after that, y'all getting money now for like.
Yeah, we not going on no place if they ain't no paper involved in it. You know what I'm saying? We are too grown to be doing shit for the love of hip hop, or like your homeboy was saying, for the cause or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We all got families, and that, you know, whenever there's a hip hop reunion or whatever, they give us a shout, and we'll go on it. And then gotta be minimum a stack per person. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I'm gonna leave the country for free.
That's a fact. And they gotta pay for the flights, right? They gotta pay for the flights and all that.
Yeah, they gotta pay for the flight, hotel, food, all of that. When everything is lined up, then yeah, it's cool.
So before, when you was talking about when like y'all was contractually obligated to do shit, and you wasn't like really you didn't want to fuck with it, your mind was fucked up. When you was performing, when y'all was on tour, even though all this shit was going on, when you was performing, actually doing it, did that like change it because you're having fun? Like, was it fun?
On stage, everything felt good. There have been times arsonists will have a full-blown fight backstage. Like, fuck you, you motherfucker, hate you, blah, blah, blah. And on stage, like if nothing ever happened. Once we got on that stage, it's a whole new world. It was a whole new world. So we kept once we got on stage, it was like, you know, we didn't care, because that was our freedom. That was our time to vent and let go. That's why we always had so much energy. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter what was going on in the outside world, or what happened 2 minutes before, because it was over, and that crowd was. We always had the crowd jumping, no matter what.
Facts. I remember seeing y'all perform, and y'all came out with the superhero suits like the Avengers. That shit was fire.
I remember that. Yeah. We did a lot of shit like that. We would fucking take shit from hotel rooms and use it as props at the show, and we would look at something backstage like, yo, to use that this minute, and it was just fun. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we got to entertain. You can't just get on stage with a microphone and walk back and forth, because there's a billion rappers on that. So we were like, what can we do to make this crowd be like, wow, they stood out. We came to see this person, but that group, I will always remember them.
That's a fact. That shit worked.
Yeah. It worked all the time. It's still.
So do you have a big hip hop archive?
Like, what do you mean?
Like mad old tapes and fucking mixtapes and shit like that, posters.
Nah.
Stickers.
Nah.
None of that.
As a collector, I stood with toys, hip hop memorabilia, weapons. I collect a lot of weapons.
What about flyers that your names were on?
I never kept. I keep every magazine, and it got lost. I had about 3 or 4 duffel bags of magazines that we were in. Every magazine from all around the world, Africa, Japan, Europe, every country. We were in that magazine, and I kept them. If I found it, I kept it. And then, in the process of me moving from Brooklyn, I don't know what happened. But people in the crew that still say, you say shit, you got a lot of shit. I'm like, oh shit, I don't have that. It's because fans have shit that I don't. So when I see shit, I'm like, yo, let me get that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, how'd you get that? Let me hold that.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Damn, son, I remember, yo, I would just like to see a old school cipher, bro, with MBK, U Crime, and Arsonist, bro. That would be so fucking crazy, bro. Like a reunion cipher, and we could fucking just go like in a studio, throw on the beats, and we'll just record it. Just because.
Nah, it'll probably have to be in the street. It can't be in. It would have to be so authentic.
So we have to go to DeKalb and Knickerbocker.
Go to Knickerbocker Park. Bring this.
There you go.
Wild out.
Knickerbocker Park, bro. Yo, Bushwick, son, we lucky to have y'all to represent us, bro. That shit was such a golden fucking era, bro. The funnest times in our lives, bro.
Yeah, man, it was dope to even carry that weight, because like we would go on tour and we would speak about people like y'all and U Crime and people who never put out records, like if they had records. You know what I'm saying? It was the weirdest shit. Because in my mind, I'm like, if I'm doing this and they see me doing this, they're gonna do it. So I would be in other countries and speaking to people about y'all, like, yo, they coming, they gonna be here next week. Be ready.
That's fire. That's funny, bro. So no, damn, we need that just one. So you said it's Lost in the Fire? Lost in the Fire? I gotta go check that shit out.
I think it's got like 6 tracks. And then it has like that we never released.
Yeah, I gotta say that. I gotta check that shit ASAP.
Songs on it.
I gotta check. I be dying. I be hungry like for real hip hop that feeds your soul type shit. So yo, this shit is like it's a treat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, I didn't even know.
Yeah, so it was like a little tease because there's only like maybe 6 songs that are new and fresh. I think I'm on like maybe 2 of the new ones, and then everything else it was just old demos that we mixed down and we just randomly released them.
Yeah, that's dope. But you captured that time, that sound from that time. So that's what's crazy.
Here, that era. You know what I'm saying? Like with slang, the track, the flows, everything, the concepts. You're like, oh shit, like niggas wasn't doing that shit.
Word.
AEIOU, like you know what I'm saying? We was mad weird, bro. Weird.
But it was the creativity, though. All of y'all had your own little niche, and it even though like you said, y'all was all disagreeing on a lot of things, it came together. At least for the fucking well, I'm gonna check the Lost in the Fire. You know what I'm saying? But the As the World Burns, bro, you already know. So I got that shit. Oh my god, I'm trying to tell you, bro. I was listening to that shit.
Gems on it.
That shit.
Date of birth got some gems on it too. Like if you listen to it, you can see how we changed and we grew up a little bit. The lyricism was a little more technical on Date of Birth as far as me, because I'm like that. I'm not a teenager anymore, so I gotta come through. That was the first time where I really had to open up. Yeah, so that was the first time I opened up on there. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, how am I gonna get my shine on We Be About and the wordplay? How I got the podcast name, because I did a song called Wordplay. And I was like, yo, I need to stand out. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't. First, yeah. I had the beard. I had the long hair. People won't even know that's me. People don't even know that's me.
Do you got the doll? You got the doll?
Yeah. Of course. I'm a toy. So I have all that shit.
That's dope. That's dope. Fire, yo, my nigga, yo. I just before we get off this, do you want to say anything? Is there anything you want to say to the fans?
Thank you for always showing love. It's been about over 20 years since Actual Burns. We anniversary this year, and everybody from all over the world posting that album on the anniversary, and it was a real treat for me to be like, wow, people still pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to thank everybody for that. Like, I thank you. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Me on your show on your birthday.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's
I win, my nigga. I win.
I forgot it was my birthday weekend. But yo, my nigga, we love you. We salute everything you do. You know, we honor you. You know, personally, I love you. You my bro, always.
Likewise.
Thank you, bro. From the whole Graft Champs, thank you.
Yo, peace, y'all. I love y'all.
Yo, that's Big Swell. You gotta X out, Swell.
All right, peace.
That's Big Swell from the arsonist Swellicus, bro. Give him a follow on IG, bro. That was Graft Champs episode, motherfucking the last episode of the year. That's what it's called. The episode of the last episode of the year. So, what's good, Sack? Man, love. That nigga said spit a verse. I said, hey, yo, ain't nobody moving them. I drop jewels, but I'm not from Jerusalem. Still abusing them. All praise to the Most High. Amen. But Wu-Tang also taught me that we all gods. No blasphemy. But it's rest in peace if you going after me. So wear your hard hat. That's a factory. I'm coming through to the firehouse to burn and spark agony. Artists clapping. Yo, the general is shooting at everything moving. Using y'all for target practice. Now you holy like John the Baptist. Then I might come through and bomb your casket. And the crown, I ain't got to have it. At any time, I could snatch it and got the bars to back it. So please pardon my savage. Sometimes I get retarded. I'm an artist unraveling. That's it. That was just a little bite of something real quick. Yo, Graft Champs, yo. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I'm going to see y'all niggas on January 15th, our first show of the year. Graft Champs Season 2. It's going to be crazy. It's already lined up. Y'all niggas know what it is. I'm the vertical, squirtical all over your girl's back. Graft Champs. Ha!